Good morning. Welcome back to another section, English grammar and usage. In this section, we will discuss about transformation from assertive to imperative and vice versa. So, in this section, we will discuss about transformation of assertive sentence into imperative and imperative to assertive sentence. So we have to follow certain rules, or we should know certain rules to do that. So the first rule is, if the assertive sentence consists of an auxiliary verb and no negative word, then to make it imperative, remove the subject and auxiliary verb from the sentence. So the first rule is this: if the assertive sentence contains of an auxiliary verb and no negative word, then to make it imperative, remove the subject and auxiliary verb from the sentence. So first rule is this: if the assertive sentence contains an auxiliary verb. In some cases, the sentence may consist an auxiliary verb and there will not be any negative word. So, in order to make that sentence into imperative, we have to remove the subject and auxiliary verb from the sentence. So, let's look at an example. You should obey the rules. So, in this sentence, you should obey the rules. In this sentence, we can see an auxiliary verb should obey the rules. In this sentence, there is no negative word. So, we have to change, we have to get an imperative sentence, we have to change like this. We have to remove subject and we will get obey the rules. Obey the rules. So, in an assertive sentence with an auxiliary verb and have no negative word, we have to remove that subject word. So, you should obey the rules will change like this: obey the rules. So, the next case, if the assertive sentence is made up of an auxiliary verb and a negative word not, then to make it imperative, remove subject and auxiliary verb from sentence and start the sentence with do not. So this is the second rule. If the assertive sentence is made up of an auxiliary verb and no negative and negative word not. So in an assertive sentence, there will be auxiliary verb and the word not. Then to make it imperative, remove subject and auxiliary verb. We have to remove the subject and auxiliary verb from sentence and start the sentence with do not. So, in order to get a negative sentence, we have to start with do not. So, with example, let's explain it. You do not waste food. You do not waste food. So, into imperative, do not waste food. So, we have changed the subject you and do not waste food. So, in a negative sentence, in an assertive sentence, if there is negative word, we have to remove that subject and we have to start imperative word with an auxiliary verb, auxiliary word. So the third rule is this: if the affirmative sentence consists of an auxiliary verb should and a negative word never, then to convert it into an imperative sentence, remove the subject and auxiliary verb from the sentence and start sentence with never. So just let us explain it with an example. Assertive sentence: you should never break the rule. You should never. So in this sentence, never, which indicate negative meaning. You should never break the rule. So we have to change into imperative. We have to write like this: never break the rules. So we should avoid auxiliary verb and subject. You should. We can see we avoid the words you should and never break the rules. Never break the rules. We get the imperative never break the rules. So in an assertive sentence, if the word should and never in this sentence, to get imperative we have to avoid that both words you and should, and we have to write like this: never break the rules.